الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. When the housemaid informed about the arrival of a lady with hijab, Faria asked the maid to have her sit in the drawing room. After a while, when Faria entered the drawing room and saw the woman sitting in front of her, she shouted of joy and wonder, "Aisha, you!" "Yes, it's me. You almost forgot me, so I thought to come and see you myself," Aisha replied with love. "Where have you been since your wedding? And what about this get-up like a pious woman?" Aisha and Faria completed their school and college education together, and both were famous throughout the college, known as fashion symbol. Which fashion was in those days and which one had become old? Same was also reported to all other girls by these two girls, and that same hobby was also a cause for their deep friendship. But unlike the past, having seen Aisha dressed up with hijab, Faria's wonder faded into a taunting question. "Will you keep taunting me or offer me to have something?" Aisha responded, "Oh, I just went blank after seeing you." Having said this, Faria left the drawing room. When she came back after the instruction to her maid about hospitality, she sat on the sofa near Faria and said, "Now tell me where you have been." "As you know about the profession of my children's father, so we had shifted in another city to serve the purpose after my marriage," Aisha replied. In the meantime, the housemaid brought in a trolley full of edibles for hospitality. Faria said while serving her a cup of tea, "And how did this change occur?" She simply meant to ask about her hijab. "Look, hijab is not only a necessity of a woman, but also her dignity lies in it." After saying so, Aisha stopped to have a sip of the tea. "Wow, that is, if I don't do hijab, then I'm not even respectable. Until yesterday, you two were roaming around without the veil." Faria had interrupted her in anger before Aisha reached a conclusion and completed her word. Aisha lovingly held her hand and said, "You asked me about the reason for a change that you might disagree with, but it is not appropriate to be angry. If you will allow me, may I come to the conclusion?" Faria had already felt the positive change in behavior of Aisha, who used to backbite at the opponent in the past, and the smile and gentle attitude that she had responded with to her taunting and anger. Faria was forced to think that not only Aisha's get-up and thought were changed, but her entire personality has changed as well. Feeling ashamed of her overreaction, Faria said, "Sorry, I don't know what had happened to me suddenly. Anyways, tell me how you realized the need and greatness of hijab." "See, Faria, no one can deny the fact that today's woman faces a lot of challenges from the men, on which discussions and debates are held, including relevant legislation on different forums on every single day, but the challenges remain the same." "Why?" "What do I know?" Faria replied. "Because they are not aware of the nation in which women's greatness is safeguarded and she is protected. Like you, I was also oblivious of the answer to this why, and just like other people, I would hold only men responsible And to me, the cure for this disease appeared only and only in women's freedom. What else apart from the women's freedom? There is no serious solution. As long as the woman is kept in a sheet and four walls, she will be the victim of oppression, Faria said emotionally, cutting the words of Aisha. The smile on Aisha's face was scattered, and then she uttered in a soft tone, "This passionate slogan is very appealing to those people who have nothing to do with Islam and human nature. But the ground realities are not subject to this. They have their own truth. And with apology, the ground truth is that the societies in which women have been granted freedom, many other serious issues have arisen there, let alone the problems related to the protection of women getting resolved. Those who have slogan for women's freedom, in fact, they want freedom to reach women. The day when our sisters become aware of this fact, they will find out that hijab prescription for the protection and dignity of women that Islam had written 14 centuries ago in the only and perfect solution, importance of which has increased in manifold among today's societies which are highly advanced but devoid of Allah's fear. With confidence, Aisha proved in her conversation that after she has learnt the proper way of living that does not have only emotions but also absolute faith in religion and universal truth. Leaving Faria totally lost in her thoughts, Aisha had felt that he have to left the place for years. The building of ideas built on the emotion, and then she realized that the building of her ideas was shaking badly.